Hello friend, welcome back. Recently we have released TestCase Studio Pro 2.0 version, and this has got a lot of new feature which will help you guys a lot to save a lot more time. Lots of customization features are there to help you to record the test case as per your template or as per your required format of test cases, and record multiple test case. That is like really great feature. So let's see which all features are there one by one. So here is the list of new features and lot more things are there. So we'll start from the bottom. So first thing is like feature to hide the number column. So like many people were suggesting and required that they don't want to download this number column because in their system or in their uh, test case management tool that column is already there. So in that case they don't need it. So what we did, like let's say we have started it and now we are recording this. We are clicking here and there, so steps are being recorded here. So now suppose you want to hide this column, number column. So what you can do, customize, undergo to click here in customize, and here you have this, you got the checkbox here. Earlier you were having these checkbox for other columns, but now we have added for number as well. So you can uncheck this and you see that that column is not here anymore. So if you will download now, you will not get that number thing. Second is actual result column. Few people required that actual result column as well, because earlier they have to add it manually after downloading the test case, because expected result column we has already given it, though both are blank, because expected result and actual result is always depend company to company, requirement to requirement. So that is coming blank, so that you can fill, but now you will not have to add that actual result column by yourself manually. You will get it right there. So you can see that actual result column is there, expected result column is here. Add required new column. Suppose you want to add any new column, because here there's a couple of already defined columns are there, but there could be a situation that where you want to add new columns. So in that situation you can add here. Now let's say under customize you got this add column option. So suppose you want to add a column like assigned to someone, like that. So for an example, so here you click on this add column. Let me show it again. Here click on add column and you can rename this. So suppose I want to add a assigned to, and you see that this column has got added here. So now we have this column that we can add a new column option as well. As many column as you want, you can add it here. Option not to download system information. So earlier we have added this feature that whenever like whatever system information is there, whatever browser, OS version, OS name, browser name, so that information you get by default in your downloaded test case, like in which machine you are testing, right? So that is always generally required, but in some situation there could be a chance that you don't need this information in your test case or in every of test file. So in that case now you have this option, so you can disable this, and if you will download this, now it will not get this system information as well as that column which we have hide. So if you see that, you will be having that particular information which you required. So this is another great thing, that you will not get those system information and you will not have to manually delete that. Then rearrange the order of columns. So by default you see that here when you download the sheet you get the steps, URL, XPath, CSS selector, and whatever columns you have added, they are coming in at the end, like actual result, expected result, assigned to. But there could be a chance that you don't want like in this order. Maybe you need this URL before this steps, maybe you need this actual result column here before expected result. So in that case now you have the option to rearrange the order of these columns. So suppose you want actual result before expected result, so in that case just hold it here and you see that you can switch it. If you want URL before steps, you can just click here and hold it and move it like this. So this is one way that you can rearrange the order of columns. If you are not comfortable doing it from there, so we have also provided a better option, because here this column is also editable, name you can add it, more actions item are there. So in that case, if you find it difficult to switch like drag and drop here and there, in that case under customize we have given the option arrange columns. Click on it here and you will be easily able to customize it here. So in whichever order, let's say you want assign it here, so this way you can do it better here, and click on save. The column order will be saved here. Same order will be saved. Next time when you will open the TestCase Studio Pro window, you will find it in a same way. Then now you got the option to edit column name. There are chances, like it is a very high probability that you might not be using the same naming convention of these headers. There could be a chance that in your company you might be, in place of steps, you might be writing as test steps. Here in place of CSS selector, you might be just write CSS. It could be anything. In place of exp result, of course, like nobody might be writing this exp only. People might be writing it as an expect result. So in that case, now you can edit these column names as well. Edit these header names of columns. You can do it by yourself. And whatever settings, whatever customization you will do, that will be saved in your local. So next time when you will open, like let's say if we close this and reopen it, whatever settings we have done, you see that will be there. Then add new step before or after any step. In the free version and in the earlier version, you were having, like let's say let me just record some of these steps here. So earlier, if you click on this plus icon, the next it used to add the blank row just after that step. But now you have option to add a row before and after. Like let's say before first step you want to add a row. In that case, you can add a new row. And here you have the option like you want to add it before or after. So this means up arrow means it will add a new row above this. If you want to add a row after this particular row, in that case select this arrow and then click on new row. So here you get it. If you doesn't want, you can delete them. So this way you can add a row before and after. Also, you can duplicate any particular row. Like let's say there is a situation where you want to duplicate a particular row and just want to make a few edits. In that case, you have option to let me just show it above this. Let's say you want to add a row above this, so you see that duplicate row, click on this and it will duplicate the row. So now you have the option of duplicate row. Add a pre-filled row. There are many situations where we want to add certain number of rows or any particular step which will be common for all the test cases, or in many situations we want to, every time whenever we are recording, we always want to define a first step as in like standard. So in that situation, now you have option to add a pre-filled row. So here you can set, under customization, you can set a pre-filled row. Click on this, and suppose here let's say anything is standard. Suppose there is a company name or something like assigned to, so this always going to Sanjay, let's say for an example, and actual result or expected result, anything like let's say test. If I say test here, if I say, so it could be anything like which is always going to same in all the cases. Like let's say here, click on this and this is company, and now here the company column is here, so this could be like your company name. So this is always going to same for all the test cases. Or the project name could be, it could be project name. So we have set this pre-filled row. Now click here, like suppose before every test case we want to have that particular row as a first step. So click on this new pre-filled row and you will see that it is here. So whenever, like let's say now how it will be beneficial for us, like let's say you are recording this test case and make sure that before downloading you want to add that particular row. So what you can do, click on this and this is here. Now I will download and it will get the first row as my predefined row. And you can set anything, like you can always edit the values here if you want anything. If any particular thing you want to add it, that you can add it, and you can change the value anytime you want it to here. Maximum 3 pre-filled row can be set it here. So we have maximum 3 you can add here. Like let's say you have added one more row here, and this could be like, let's say let me just make it Sanjay 1 test 1 and something else, let's say. So in this case, let's say you want to use this particular pre-filled rows, in select this one, and that will get unchecked. So at any particular time, any one pre-filled row will be selected here, and you go here now. Let me delete this, and if you will add this pre-filled row, the one which is selected, that will get added here. Okay, so this will help you guys. Customize the test case format as per your template. Now suppose you have a particular template, like we have recorded this test case which has test step, URL, XPath, CSS selector, and all those things are there, but definitely there could be a very high chances that you are not writing or using this kind of format in your company. So in that case, you need a test case in a particular template, in a particular format, which your test management tool or your company support. So how can you customize that template exactly same as what you guys are using? So let me show you how you can do that. So let's first close this, and so now suppose there's a test case, like you have a template something like this in your company which is being supported by your company, like ID, then work item type, something like this. There's a template you guys are using. It could be anything. This is just a like random thing I have written here. So random column name, anything you have. So this could be a one set of example. So suppose you want to get the test case downloaded in this format from TestCase Studio Pro. So how can we do that? Let me show you how you can customize, how you can define everything as per your requirement, and going forward you will always get in that format. This is a one-time setup. This will be one-time setup only at your end. So click on this TestCase Studio Pro logo, and here, so this is ID. So ID column we don't have here, so let's just go under customization, and let me just make it fresh, everything, delete whatever is the standard we have. Let me just delete everything. Okay, so this is the same exact same thing what we have right now, and now here we want to have these columns, whatever is not there. So you see that this ID column we don't have, work item type we don't have, title we don't have, test step here, if you see that this is 1 2 3, so it's a kind of like number column, so that we have already, so which is has, just that we will have to rename it, so that we will do. Then this is a step action, so this is a kind of like test steps which we have, so that we will rename it. It is actually like by default it comes as an steps in TestCase Studio Pro. So let me also make it just that, and that we will add it later. Then step expected, so we have that expected result column as well, this one. And then area path assigned to state, so these three columns are not there. This is there, this is there, this is there, these three are not there. So we will add these 6 columns which are not there. So click on add column. First one is ID, we'll name it as ID. Then second is work item type. Then third is title. Test step is this number, so that we will rename later. This is their area path. Next is area path, so let's add it, this area path. Then this is assigned to, next one is assigned to, and then next is state. So now we have added these columns. Here we don't need the URL, so we will uncheck this. We don't need XPath, we don't need CSS, we don't need logs, so that we have unchecked. Actual result column also we don't need, so let us just uncheck that. Now we have all the columns which are required for us. So let us just go to customize here, and let us rename this #2 as a test step. Then we have this steps as an step action, so we will rename this step action. And expected result, this is a step expected, so this also we will make it as a step expected. ID is there, work item type, title, area path, assigned to state. Okay, so all columns we got it here. Now we need to rearrange them in an order what is required. So one is like we can directly rearrange here. You can just drag and drop like this, or you go to customize better, click on arrange columns, and here you set the order. So first is id is there. Second is work item type that we have, title, then test steps, then step action, step expected, area path, and assigned to, and then state is there. Yes, so let's save this, and now click on customize. We are all set. Now let's record one test case here. So if you will record anything here, that will be recorded in same format. So suppose we click here, we click on TestCase Studio Pro install. So now we have this thing, and suppose we click here, or just check it out, let's say this one. So here we have these steps. Suppose we click here, we click on courses. So all these steps has been being recorded. Now let's just have this thing here in our test case thing. Like first is like it's a kind of like pre-filled row. So let us set that as well. So here go to customize and add a pre-filled row. So this is test case, ID is blank, work item type is test case, title is sample, this is blank, area path is something like, let's say just x, assigned to suppose the person name, and state is design. Now we have set this. Go here, you can add a pre-filled row here. You see that? Now if you download this, it will be same exact format and everything what is required as a standard for our company. You see that? Now we have the same what is required there in our company. Let me just close this, open this, and if you compare that, ID, work item type, title, test step, step action, step expected, everything is same. Now going forward, you see the magic. Suppose we want to do a testing here. I'm on Flipkart. Okay, and this is it. Let us close this. You open this TestCase Studio Pro and you just start recording. Like suppose you search here for iPhone, you click here anywhere, whatever you're doing, keep doing, and it will keep recording steps. You add a pre-filled row and download this, open it and see the magic. You got all the same thing, ID, work item type, title, everything is whatever is required for your format. So this way you can set the template, you can define the template and get it as per exactly same as per your requirement, and you can download it in any format that is always there. So this is, this way you can customize the template. Now the one of the best and my favorite feature is record multiple test case. Now there could be a situation where you might have this kind of template where you want to record all the test cases in single shot. Suppose you are testing a login functionality or search functionality. There could be a multiple test case for one login functionality, or any particular scenario. For any particular scenario there could be many test cases, right? And you want to record all of them in just one go. So in that case, like suppose this is my test case template, and these are my test case, like first test case 2, 3, like this. Let's say this is first, this is second, and this is third. So these are my test cases. So here you have 3 test cases and you want to record all of them in one shot in TestCase Studio Pro. How you can do that? Let's see. So let us just close this, and we are here on flipkart.com. Let's say one we want to test on Flipkart, one we want to test on Amazon, or anything it could be. So this is where we start this. Now the first test case we will record here, like suppose search for, let's say, mobile. We did a right click here, click on this man's here, and anything we did it here. So this is our first test case, Now before every test case you want to add a particular row, pre-filled row, so that you can add pre-filled row. And this is my first test case, so I can make it test case 1 sample, whatever value this is assigned to Sanjay, everything is fine. Now I want to record a next test case. So in that case, here you have the new button, save and continue. Click on this and you can now record second test case. Now suppose second test case you want to record it on SelectorsHub.com. Okay, fine. Just go here, click, or anything, whatever you are doing, that you can keep on doing. So this is the second test case we recorded here. We want to add a pre-filled row, you add it here. This is my test case 2 sample, anything you want to write, this can be assigned to Sanjay 1. Fine. I can again click on save and continue. And at any particular time, like let's say when you click on save and continue, it has started test case 3, but you want to go back and see that what you have recorded in test case 1 and 2, you can quickly do that. Just click here, test case 1, you can see that, test case 2, you can see that, and I'm here on test case 3. Let's do that. Suppose now you want to record it on Amazon, so that you can always do, like you can switch from here and there wherever you want, so that you always can do. Here suppose you want to search for something, that you can do here, and here you can again add pre-filled row. So this is your like we have now all 3 test cases. If you want to download all of them, just set the test case name here. Let's say the complete file name, whatever is the file name, that you can set it here. Suppose this is a demo 2.0 or just demo 2 I want to set. You can download this, and now if you will open, you will find that the complete template which you were required, like this is test case 1 2 3, in exact same format we got all these test cases which were required for us. Isn't it amazing and very helpful? You see that exact same thing, you got it. So this way you can set template, record multiple test cases. Now suppose you want to just download any particular test case. So in that case you have the checkbox here, you can just select, let's say you just want to download second one, you can select that, click on download. Suppose you want to download 1 and 2, that in that case you can do that. So that feature is there, you can select any particular one. If you want to delete any particular, you can just click on delete. So this way you can record multiple test cases from TestCase Studio Pro 2.0. So these are some of the amazing new features which we have added in TestCase Studio Pro 2.0 version. I'm sure like you all will enjoy and save a lot of time. How you can update to 2.0, it's very simple. If you haven't updated, just right click on the logo, click on manage extension and click on update, and it will be updated to 2.0.0. It's very simple and straightforward. It is already available live on Chrome and Firefox. Meanwhile, if you will be watching it later, it is also very soon it will be available on Edge and Opera as well. So yeah, this is 2.0 TestCase Studio Pro, guys. If you are using the free version, then definitely please upgrade to Pro version. You will love it, and these features will help you guys a lot to save a lot more time. All the steps and everything you will find it here on TestCase Studio Pro page. So just go there, TestCase Studio Pro. Here, very simple steps to get started with Pro version. Follow these 4 steps and you will be all set. Thank you so much.